farmer thought he saved a dog. He's shocked when he realizes what it really is. Harold had spent his entire day on his fields tending to his crops and animals. As the sun started to set, he began his walk back home. The sky was painted with beautiful shades of orange and pink, and the air was cool and fresh. As he walked, he heard a strange noise coming from the side of the road. Curious, he followed the sound, and soon he found a small furry creature lying in the ditch. At first he thought it was a dog, but as he got closer he realized that it was different from any dog he had ever seen. The creature's fur was long and matted, covering its entire body. Its eyes were barely visible and its limbs were thin and frail. Harold felt sorry for the creature and he wanted to help it. He tried to approach it, but as he got closer the creature growled and snapped its jaws at him. It was clear that it was afraid and didn't trust him. Harold was determined to help the creature, but he didn't know how. He wondered what kind of dog it was and how it had ended up on the side of the road. As he picked up the creature, he felt a pang of worry. What if it was sick or injured? What if it was dangerous? He decided to take it home with him and figure out how to help it. Harold was determined to help the creature, but he didn't know how. He wondered what kind of dog it was and how it had ended up on the side of the road. As he picked up the creature, he felt a pang of worry. What if it was sick or injured? What if it was dangerous? He decided to take it home with him and figure out how to help it. As he drove back to his farm, he couldn't stop thinking about the strange creature. He wondered if it was a wild animal, a new breed of dog, or something else entirely. He felt a sense of excitement and curiosity mixed with a hint of fear. What if he had found something rare and valuable? What if it was something dangerous? Hey there, Viral Videos here. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell. We post the most beautiful, amazing and scary videos every single day. Let's proceed with the video. When he arrived home, he placed the creature in a warm and comfortable spot. He tried to pet it, but it growled and snapped again. It was clear that it didn't trust him and he didn't know how to make it feel safe. He decided to do some research on the creature, but he couldn't find anything that matched its description. He wondered if it was a new discovery, something that no one had ever seen before. As the night went on, Harold couldn't shake the feeling that he had found something special. He wanted to help the creature to make it feel safe and comfortable, but he didn't know how. He wondered what it was and where it had come from. He couldn't wait to find out. Over the next few days, Harold tried his best to make the creature feel at home on his farm. He gave it food, water, and a warm place to sleep, but the creature remained aloof and distant. It seemed to be afraid of him, which made him wonder what kind of creature it was. One day, as he was cleaning the creature's fur, he noticed something strange. There was a collar around its neck, hidden underneath the matted fur. He carefully cut away the fur, revealing a metal tag hanging from the collar. As he read the tag, he was shocked. It had a phone number on it. Harold couldn't believe it. The creature had a collar all along, and he hadn't even noticed. He wondered why it had taken him so long to find it, and he felt a sense of guilt. He decided to call the number and find out more about the creature. As he waited for the person on the other end of the line to pick up, he felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. Who would answer? What would they say? He wondered if he was about to uncover a great mystery. Finally, the person on the other end of the line answered. It was a woman and she sounded frantic. She asked if he had found her dog, a golden retriever that had gone missing during a storm. Harold was shocked. The creature was a dog? He explained to the woman that he had found a strange creature on the side of the road and that he had no idea it was a dog. The woman asked if she could come and see the dog, and Harold agreed. As he hung up the phone, he felt a mix of emotions. He was excited to meet the dog's owner, but he was also confused. How had the dog ended up on the side of the road? Why had it been so afraid of him? He couldn't wait to find out more. As he waited for the woman to arrive, he did some research on golden retrievers. He had never owned a dog before and he wanted to know more about this particular breed. He learned about their friendly and loyal nature, and he wondered why the dog had been so afraid of him. When the woman arrived, Harold was surprised to see how relieved and happy she was. She explained that she had been searching for her dog for months and that she had thought it was dead. When she saw the dog, she burst into tears and hugged it tightly. The dog wagged its tail and licked her face, and Harold felt a sense of relief. He had helped reunite the dog with its owner. As the woman took the dog and left, Harold felt a sense of closure. He had found a strange creature on the side of the road and he had helped reunite it with its owner. The mystery of the creature's identity had been solved and he felt a sense of satisfaction. As Harold watched the woman and the dog drive away, he couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. He couldn't believe that the strange creature he had taken in was actually a dog. It had been so matted and dirty that it was impossible to tell. He decided to do some more investigating and went back to the spot where he had found the creature. As he looked around, he noticed something strange. There were clumps of fur and other debris scattered around as if something had been living there for a long time. He felt a shiver run down his spine. What if the dog had been living on the streets all this time? What if it had been abandoned and left to fend for itself? He couldn't bear the thought of it. He decided to look up more information on the golden retriever breed, and that's when he stumbled upon a shocking truth. Extreme matting was a common problem with golden retrievers, especially those who had been neglected or left to live on the streets. The matted fur could cause serious health problems and sometimes even lead to death. As he read more about it, he felt a sense of anger and sadness. How could someone abandon a dog like that? How could they let it suffer so much? He decided that he needed to do something about it. He called up a local animal shelter and asked for their help. They agreed to take the dog in and give it the care it needed. Harold felt a sense of relief. He had done the right thing by taking the dog in, but he couldn't provide the long-term care that it needed. As the shelter workers arrived to take the dog away, Harold couldn't help but feel a sense of loss. He had grown attached to the dog even though he had only known it for a short time. He wondered if he would ever see it again. As he watched the workers load the dog into their van, he felt a sense of closure. He had helped the dog reunite with its owner and he had ensured that it would receive the care it needed. The mystery of the creature's identity had been solved, but there was still a sense of sadness lingering in the air. As he walked back to his farmhouse, he couldn't help but wonder if there were other animals out there suffering like the golden retriever. Had he decided to make a difference and become more involved in animal welfare? Little did he know his life was about to change forever. Weeks had passed since Harold had given up the matted dog to the animal shelter. He had been restless ever since, wondering how the dog was doing and if its owner had been found. One day he received a phone call from the shelter. They told him that the dog's owner had been found and that they wanted to meet with him to thank him for his help in rescuing the animal. Harold felt a rush of excitement and couldn't wait to meet the owner. He was told that the meeting would be held at the shelter and that he should come in the afternoon. As he arrived at the shelter, he was greeted by a woman who had a familiar-looking dog with her. The dog was no longer matted and dirty, but had been groomed and looked like a completely different animal. The woman walked up to Harold and introduced herself as the dog's owner. She explained that she had been traveling through the area when her dog had run away from her. She had been searching for her pet for weeks but had given up hope of ever finding her. She had been devastated as the dog was her best friend and constant companion. The woman then thanked Harold for finding her dog and taking care of her until she could be reunited with her owner. She hugged Harold and he felt a sense of warmth and gratitude. As the woman and her dog left the shelter, Harold watched them go with a sense of happiness and satisfaction. He had helped the dog and its owner, and that was all that mattered. Days later, Harold received a letter in the mail from the woman. She thanked him again for his help and included a photo of her dog happy and healthy, and a note that read, "Thanks to you, we're together again, forever grateful, Lucy," and her owner. Harold felt a sense of pride and joy. He had made a difference in someone's life and had helped reunite a beloved pet with its owner. He knew that he wanted to continue helping animals in need, and he made a promise to himself to do whatever he could to make a difference. As he walked back to his farmhouse, he felt a sense of peace and contentment. The mystery of the creature he had found had been solved, and he had helped make a happy ending for Lucy and her owner. He knew that he had found his calling and he would never stop helping animals in need. What do you think about this story? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you next time.